Welcome back, class. We are still looking at the European occupation and administration of Central Africa. This time around, we are much focusing on Nyasaland. Remember, previously we've been looking at the European occupation of Southern Rhodesia as well as Northern Rhodesia. But today, our focus is on Nyasaland. So with me here is the British Central African map that I would like to show to you and probably appreciate which region are we interested with. So let me show you. This is the region that will be much interested this time around. That is our Nyasaland. Remember, we are coming from Southern Rhodesia as well as Northern Rhodesia. So our subtopic under this video will be looking at the roles of Sir Harry Johnston in the occupation of Nyasaland. Remember, this was a British representative who came in response to the Portuguese attempts to colonize Nyasaland as well. Okay, so let us go quickly to our file. So here we are. We'll be looking at the roles played by Sir Harry Johnston in the occupation of Nyasaland. What were some of the roles that he played on behalf of the British government? So firstly, Sir Harry Johnston had to sign treaties. So he signed the treaties with friendly chiefs. Like here in Nyasaland, mostly he signed treaties with the Tonga chiefs in Nkatabe. And then Sir Harry Johnston had also to conduct some meetings with his European counterparts, such as the Portuguese and the Germans. Probably they discussed on how they can share their boundaries, and it is from these meetings that they agreed that Germans should concentrate on the northern part of Malawi, that is Tanganyika, whereas the Portuguese concentrated in the southern part of Malawi, as well as to the eastern side of Malawi, and that is Mozambique. Should also take note that Sir Harry Johnston had to sit down with the Swahili Arab traders such as Molozi and Jumbe. Probably he wanted to agree with them on the possibility of ending slave trade. You can agree with me that it would have been very difficult for the British to administer area that was heavily engaged in slave trading activities. Now, number two, what was the second role which was played by Sir Harry Johnston? So, suppression of slave trade. Sir Harry Johnston also assisted the British in ending slave trade in Nyasaland. As I've already said, that this was a crucial initiative to take, because without ending slave trade, it would have been very difficult for the British to administer Nyasaland. So Johnston had to use several strategies in suppressing slave trade. For example, he had to conquer the slave traders. So he conquered Yao chiefs as well as Swahili Arabs. So Johnston, he had to conquer slave traders as well as Yao chiefs as well as Swahili Arabs. And then Sir Harry Johnston, he had also to build some forts. Forts like Fort Maguire, Fort Johnston, which is modern day Mangochi. Fort Johnston, which is modern day Mangochi. And then he had also to build Fort Herald, which is modern day Nsanje. And lastly, he had also to build some Anderson Fort, which is modern day Mulanje. So I've got Mulanje, Sanje, and Mangochi. These forts were mainly used for defensive purposes, mostly against the Swahili Arab traders and the Yao chiefs who used to raid some villages for slaves. So they were built to restore law and order. Those are some of the roles played by Sir Harry Johnston in the occupation of Nyasaland. You have seen some pictures of Sir Harry Johnston as well as some forts that we have been talking about in this video. However, I should also take note that among the agreements that were reached upon between Sir Harry Johnston and his counter-Europeans, that is Mozambique, had to agree to concentrate in the eastern side of Shire River. So probably at the end of this video, I will just show to you Shire River in brief, so that you just appreciate how it looks like. Thank you so much for watching this video, and to do the activity that has been signed. Thank you.